Hello, Madridistas, and thanks for joining us on today's interesting episode as we talk you through some very important updates at Real Madrid. Kickstarting on today's agenda, Italian legend claims Real Madrid veteran Luka Modric is still currently one of the best players in the world currently. We are going to be talking about that on today's episode. And shortly after that, we will turn our attention elsewhere as Real Madrid midfielder Dani Ceballos is set to miss the El Clasico versus Barcelona due to injury. But before we talk detailedly on today's episode, please do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Follow us. Check on the description box for there is an important piece of information which might be useful to you. Kickstarting on today's agenda, it has not been the best start to the 2023-24 campaign for Luka Modric at Real Madrid. An undisputed starter in the team for almost the entirety of his time at the club, the Croatian international has fallen down the pecking order this season. Indeed, minutes have been hard to come by for Modric in the ongoing campaign, with Carlo Ancelotti preferring the likes of Federico Valverde, Eduardo Camavinga, Aurelien Tchouameni and Jude Bellingham ahead of the veteran 38-year-old. Despite his age, Modric has shown he can make vital contribution to the team when he is on the pitch. And the former AS Roma and Italian footballer Francesco Totti has claimed that despite his reduced role, Modric remains one of the top 5 footballers in the world currently. During an interview with Marca, the Italian legend said, "For me, he is one of the top 5 players in the world, even now at the age of 38, at least in midfield. He has a vision of the game that few others in the world have, and he always decides a second or two before the rest," Totti added. Earlier this year, Totti had claimed that he considers Real Madrid his second home, even though he never played for any other club apart from AS Roma. Explaining his comment, the former Italian international said, "I have always liked Real Madrid, even since I was a kid. When I was a kid in Rome, I watched all their matches. Madrid at that time was the club that inspired me. With their great players, watching them play was great emotion for me." On what stood out for him about Real Madrid, Totti added, "Everything, the fact that they were the most winning club in the world, the public, the Santiago Bernabeu, the sum of everything fascinated me. With Roma, I spent 25 years playing in different stadiums, but the Bernabeu was and is different for me. It is a different atmosphere." Totti also went on to name a few of Real Madrid legends as players who admired and was fascinated by during his career. There were many, starting with Hugo Sanchez up to the generation of Herrero, Roberto Carlos, Salgado. I would be here all day reciting names without forgetting Ronaldo Nazario, who I admired as much as Baggio, Del Piero, Zidane, and Raul Morientes, Totti said. Totti also reserved praises for Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti, saying, "We are talking about one of the best in the world, who has won in Italy, Germany, France, and Spain, and as a person, he is a gentleman, he is perfect. Carlo and I have a great relationship. He is a real person who transmits good vibes, and the other day, he gave me the pleasure to visit the Ciudad Deportiva of Real Madrid." Totti also shared a tidbit about his chat with Real Madrid president Florentino Perez, saying, "Yes, I have met him a couple of times, and he told me that the only blemish in his career is not having been able to sign me at Real Madrid. That was his only flaw," Totti concluded. Moving forward on today's interesting episode, Real Madrid midfielder is said to miss the El Clasico versus Barcelona due to injury. In a career blow, Real Madrid midfielder Dani Ceballos has been sidelined with yet another injury. The 27-year-old had already missed a good chunk of first part of the season due to an injury he sustained during pre-season. In fact, Ceballos had returned to action only a couple of weeks back, but he is set for yet another stint on the sidelines. The Spaniard did not train with the team on Thursday or today, and Carlo Ancelotti confirming during his press conference that the midfielder had sustained a muscle injury. Ceballos is injured and has been ruled out of tomorrow's La Liga clash against Sevilla. But now, Mario Cartagena of the Athletics is reporting that the 27-year-old is also expected to miss the upcoming matches against Braga and FC Barcelona next week. As part of the report, Real Madrid ace has suffered a micro tear in the rectus muscle of his right leg. The injury is understood to be a minor one, but it will keep him out on the sideline for 7 or 10 days. As such, Ceballos will not only miss tomorrow's match against Sevilla but also sit out in the UEFA Champions League encounter versus Braga. Following that, the 27-year-old is also expected to miss the blockbuster clash, the first El Clasico of the season against Barcelona on October 28. As things stand, the idea is for Ceballos to complete his recovery over the next couple of weeks and make his comeback in early November. Real Madrid take on Rayo Vallecano on November 5th, and that game is being eyed as the target for the midfielder to make his return from the latest injury setback he has suffered. So having said that, we have come to the end of today's interesting episode. Thanks for following us right up to the end. See you next time, and Hala Madrid to us all.